Hello stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I just wanted to do a little tutorial regarding regular embossing folders and the dynamic textured impressions embossing folders. If you have both of them, then you probably have noticed a major difference. These are very thin and small, and these are really thick. So they're a lot more sturdy, like even like these kind of have some bend and wiggle to them, and these are kind of stiff and hard because they're so much thicker. So I wanted to do a little tutorial, one to just kind of go over the differences of them, but also to let you know the different sandwich layers that you can use with your Big Shot, because they are different, and I know how frustrating it can be to run it through and be like, that wasn't tight enough, or run it through again and be like, that's way too tight and I can't do it, and did I just break my Big Shot? Oh no. So that's what we're going to go over today. This one here is the trellis embossing folder. It's the regular embossing folder, and the layers that you need for this, I have two different ways to show you this because I know Big Shots, some people have older ones, some people have newer ones, you know, so it just kind of depends. So what we're going to do is I have the older version of the multi-purpose platform, this one here, this is the one with the hinges. So this one you're going to open this top tab, which is actually tab 2. So you're going to open that up, and then you're going to need 2 standard cutting pads. So these are your clear plates. And then you'll just add your cardstock into your folder and place it between the 2 standard cutting pads and run it through the Big Shot. I will say one of the other things that I always use is I always am having my precision base plate out. That's what I use pretty much for everything that I'm cutting. So you can actually take out one of the standard cutting pads and do it like that. So that would be with tab 2 open on the multi-purpose platform, precision base plate, cardstock in the folder, and then 1 standard cutting pad. So then if you have the new version of the multi-purpose platform, then you know that it has this little piece, and this little piece will just come off. So then again, it's the same way where you don't have that top thin die adapter. You just have the regular multi-purpose platform with the precision base plate, the folder with the cardstock in it, and then 1 standard cutting pad. Or rather than that, you can have 2 standard cutting pads on top of the multi-purpose platform. So that is for a regular embossing folder. Now, if you're using the dynamic embossing folder, which is much thicker, you actually only need 1 of the standard cutting pads. So again, you're going to keep it open to tab 2, or if you have this newer one, you just won't have that extra piece. You won't be using this little adapter piece, you'll just leave that off. Place the dynamic folder down with your cardstock in it, and then of course 1 standard cutting pad. Or if you have the old style of the multi-purpose platform, then you will just open that tab 2 just like you do on the first one. And it's not both tabs, but it's actually tab 2 written here. So it's not 2 tabs, it's tab 2, if that makes sense. Or did I just confuse you more? Then you'll place your dynamic folder down with the cardstock, and then 1 standard cutting pad on top, and run it through the Big Shot. So I hope that helps with any confusion that you might have with the 2 styles of the embossing folders. One other little tip that I wanted to let you know about is with the dynamic folder, they can be pretty intense and deep images, and sometimes they'll kind of leave like a crackle on your cardstock where like you'll get like a little line from the edge of the image to the edge of your piece of cardstock. One of the ways to help out with that is to just spritz it just very, very lightly. So almost like hold your cardstock and spritz like over here. You don't want to spritz like right on top of it all over, but sort of like at it so that then it just kind of spritzes and lays down. And then that gives it a little bit of moisture so that the cardstock fibers can actually fall into the impression of the folder a lot better. A lot of times I end up just grabbing my Stampin' Mist cleaner and using that, but you can also take a Stampin' Spritzer and add some water to it. I wouldn't use one that has alcohol in it because that's going to dry much faster, and so it's not going to moisten the fibers of the cardstock as well. So here, before I let you go, I thought I would show you. This is the trellis embossing folder, and I have embossed it in white. So I just wanted to show you and add color to it so that you could actually see it just in case. So you can see over here, it's actually just the embossed white, but then I just added a little bit of Melon Mambo ink with a sponge dauber over the top. And also you can use the back side for a totally different look by just taking a sponge dauber over the top. So don't forget that there's two fabulous sides to your cardstock when you do embossing. You might prefer the more debossed image or the embossed image. So that's the trellis one. For this one, this is actually one of the new ones in the new 2018-2019 Stampin' Up! Catalog. It's also in the Share What You Love bundle that's out this month. This is the lovely Floral Dynamics Textured Impressions Embossing Folder. So you can't see it very well there, but you can see it here. See, it's got that fabulous flower there. It's got a little butterfly over here. So super, super gorgeous. And then here is the reverse image. So you can see it's more like a white image with pink on the outside, whereas this one is like a darker pink with light pink on the edges. And if you were really delicate, you could always use multiple colors or get a much lighter look on the edges and a much darker look on the tops. But I just kind of brushed over it really quickly just to kind of get the impression to show up there. So super, super fun. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial showcasing the two styles of embossing folders, and I hope, like I said, I hope it relieves some frustration if you've had that when cranking those through your Big Shot. If you have any questions on it, feel free to leave them in the comments below, as I'm always happy to help out. Be sure to check out my blog, laurastamppad.com, for more details on this, as well as other items in the new catalog and the Share What You Love bundle. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe if you're new by clicking over here. You can also join my mailing list by clicking right here. And then check out some of my other videos over here. I'll see you all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.